This is part of the I have no idea what I'm doing in yoga part of the series. I'm going to do little quick videos just showing you basic postures, what you're supposed to do. Classes get confusing, online videos get confusing. I don't have time to go over every single cue every single time to help you out. So we're going to start with the basics, little snippet videos, show you what you're supposed to be doing. First one, you'll be hearing it called either mountain pose, Tadasana, Utthita Hasta, standing at attention. All those names for one little thing, which means stand up, right? So for us, since we're dealing with baby, we're gonna work hip width distance. To be honest with you, you can always work hip width distance. Otherwise, classically, the feet are touching. If the feet touching feel good to you, here's what you're looking for. Big toe joints towards each other, space in between the ankle bones, not space in between the ankle bones. Feet aren't pigeon toeing one way or the other. Your big toes might touch, they might not touch, right? Skin on the sides of the feet might touch. For me, just the big toes touch. Ankle bones do not touch. Ankle bones touch, ouch, right? They knock into each other. That hurts. Give them space. Depending on how your feet are structured, some of our toes go out, maybe just the knuckle of the big toe touches and the big toes point out. That's fine. The structure of the foot should be facing forward. For us, we're talking hip width distance, which means heels are in line and right in between the second and third toe. That third toe we never think about, so think about it for a second and look down. Hip width distance is 2 fists in between your knees, in between your feet. Big belly, you're gonna go wider, but again, you're gonna keep everything parallel. Feet, toes are wide. Rock around a little, see what happens there. You rock in, the arches melt down. You rock too far out, the big toes come up. We wanna split the difference. Big toes on the ground, pad the feet on the ground. Energy into the pinky toe sides of your feet, but not so much that they pull the big toes up. So press them down, even in between the front and back of the foot. So feel. Too far forward, toes grab, let them go. Too far back, toes lift. So find the middle and stand. Not on your feet, through your feet. Push down. Kneecaps are gonna lift up, not back. I'll show you sideways. I'm a little hyperextended, not a ton. We're looking for an uplift sensation, not this press back sensation. This press back to me gives me pressure behind here and a lot of pressure in the tops of the knees. Absolutely not, you don't want that. So knees can always feel a tiny bit bent, but you want those thighs really strong, not jello-y, really strong. So everything's sucking in and up, not back. In and up, and it takes a while to figure it out, so keep playing. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're stepping down, kneecaps are lifted up. Next thing we all forget about, especially as women, we tend to whoosh, go this way, right? Butt's being presented, chest is being presented. It's a standard way to walk around. It's also the way we tend to walk in shoes and certainly in heels. This is exactly what heels does to us because it looks lovely, right? But oh my gosh, does this hurt. So what I want you to do is pull your butt bones down to the ground. In other words, I want you to take your hip bones and drag them up towards the ceiling. Don't think about pushing them forward. Think about picking them up as if you could drag your pants, grab them and pull them up as if you were putting suspenders on. What other things can I think of? This should feel really long. This should feel flat, right? You have a triangle for your pubis. You have a triangle for your sacrum. We want those triangles to point straight down, not to point towards the back of the room, to point straight down. Also, people talk about, if it makes sense to you, I can see it, but it doesn't help me as much. Bowl of water. You don't want to spill that bowl of water out. Your pelvis is the bowl. You wanted a nice flat table where the pelvis is resting on so the water is even. It shouldn't be falling backwards. It shouldn't be falling forward. It should be flat, right? This pull up is low belly. That's what we all forget to use. So dragging that up means low belly comes up. Means for all of us, our picture taking muscle, which I call it, we all have, belly goes back. I'm taking a picture, great, but I just don't want it back. I want you to pick it up. So if you see it from the side, and again, this is the pregnant belly. So hopefully, pull back, pull up, right? Belly button just moved up in space. You want to keep feeling like your belly button could lift all the way up through your rib cage the whole time. Lifting up, lifting up, lifting up. Ribs like to get excited, right? They like to present. When we hear open our heart, we're like, I opened it, right? No, you actually just moved it forward. So think of your ribs melting into the skin on your back. Your ribs just hang. So your hip bones are trying to lift up to your ribs are just hanging. And then the shoulder blades, you often hear squeeze them together. This does not, for a comfortable shape, make, right? So instead, Your shoulder blades are triangles. I want you to pull the palms of your shoulder blades together and widen the finger part. So you're going to squeeze in the middle of your back right around the bra line, but widen the top. So you're not pulling the top in, you're pressing the top wide. Shoulders want to lift up, you're going to roll them down your back. So butt bones and shoulder blades are pulling down. Chest is really wide, belly is up. Palms can either flip up, palms can lift up, gaze can go up, chest can be wide. Where the arms go, whole other chat. Really quick, everything else is lined up. Palms flip forward comfortably or slightly in. They shouldn't be rotating backwards. See what that does to the shoulders. So lift your shoulders up, roll them, let the palms flip forward, drag your shoulders down. Perfect. Now when you lift your hands above your head, your shoulders move in the same direction they have. Palms flip out to lift up. They want to keep spinning towards the back of the room, right? They might not be able to all the way go because we get pretty tight, so let them just kind of lay halfway. It's an illusion that your arms are in by your ears. If you're really open, they might be closer than mine. But for me, I have to pull them way wide, drop the shoulders way down, and give the elbows a little bend, right? So my arms are nearly in front of my face. Maybe yours are back further, but never at the sacrifice of the rib cage. Ribs are still quiet, arms are long, shoulders are dragging down, a lot of activation. Pull, armpits down to hip bones up to ribs. Good, there you are. So arms are either down, arms are up, gaze can go up, anything can happen from here. You're on either leg, you're standing freely, you could go in any direction, you're really strong, we're not sinking, we're not tilted, we're so strong, we could balance right away, we can move back in space, we can move side in space, anywhere you go, equal weight. Standing at attention, mountain pose, that's it.